people should be careful what they do things, how they do things. I would have had a heart attack this afternoon. Joke. The pastor was going on. I called him, tell him I won't be here because some people have taken the jersey. And Patrick was saying, I know he's something wrong. I'll find out later on after I come here. And Ty and his wife, Tony, took me around different places. I kind of like crazy like that. And Ty turned around to come back this way. He's going to Jersey. Yeah, he's coming right here. I didn't know what to do. And I walked in the door, all shit. So, for surprise, a big surprise. I was surprised to see my niece here, and her family. I was surprised she did send me a card. And again, I come and see Elder May and his wife here. Wow, y'all done messed me up again. Now, you can have heart attack behind that. My age, but I want to thank y'all for coming today. Now, but we must better love after me. Thank the Lord for that. Amen. I know I had to do something right, but y'all know, together like this for fair for me. Let's don't get too happy. I met a little thing, see another one. You know what I mean? They was here on my 85th birthday. And they're here again, but don't plan for nothing because Lord got plans. You know what? Reuben, I made his peace tomorrow.
Man.
But I try to do the best thing. I cut myself short a lot of time for people. Yeah. I lose by doing that, but you don't worry about a nickel because if you do a good deed, you ain't got to work with no money. I never had to work with money. I always could make it, Never had to work with no money, never. Back in the day, I started smoking cigars, way up back in the 30s, like 37. And I wouldn't buy a cigar unless my mom got a loaf of bread or some milk in the house. And I'd go home and see she's all right, I'd trot back and smoke up a cigar. But then it was 2 for a nickel, or 3 cents a piece. Back in the 30s. I think it's 37, 38. And I'd cut mine in half because I had to get Dad one. He told me, smoke that young. He didn't say it like that. If you big enough for smoking, big enough to buy me one. So I'd buy 2 for a nickel. And I cut mine in half. You could do it then because those cigars made different. Cut it in half, yep. That's right. You didn't know that, did you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he expect you to die at 65. So at 70, 71. You know, they said that's a man's span of lifetime.
Yeah.
See, so they know that. They studied that, but they studied wrong on me. I know DuPont kept thinking about, I guess he keep looking at the paper, see if I still living. Yeah. It's a long time. 77, I retired.
77?
1977. March of 77, and I walked out the DuPont door. I was 25 years old. And he had to scratch all that time to pay me too. I guess they'll find it when I'm gone. I said, looking at the paper. The man said, you too young to retire. You gonna find another job? I said, I already got another job. I had my business. Yes, sir. Try to stay a step ahead and not for spite. It's for your own benefit. You're all right. Don't do nothing for spite, man. Y'all clap your hands. Yeah, what's it? Clap your hands, pat your feet. We in Moscow, South Carolina.
All right.
That freelance.
We're going to Monroe, South Carolina.
All right.
That hit us with the freestyle.
Yeah.
See, if you go to church tomorrow,
Yes.
today Saturday, right?
Yes. What's the name of the church we're going to tomorrow?
St. Peter.
St. Peter's?
Yeah.
And what happened to you at that church, Dad? Like, why is that church special to you, bro? Did you get saved?
No, but yeah, that was my church when I was doing that. Was my family church. My mother buried in that graveyard, Dad, and a couple of sisters with the baby. I can't find the grave though. I know Mom's grave and Dad's grave. My sister.
You were raised in that church, huh?
Yeah. Them old folks too. They help you with too good, man. If you go to that church back there then, I don't know about now, you can't sin, man. You do what you're supposed to do. And
Because you can't sin?
No, because you know right from wrong, man. You'd be surprised at what our church was years ago and is now. You know, people don't do what they do in our church, what they used to do. You always had a few of them fresh ass preachers, But he had to walk so far, he probably forget a lot of stuff, but they got cars up the other way. Reverend Lawrence, they sneaky as hell. So, tell
It
you,
was good men back then, Pop?
it was good, yeah. You respect them. If like your age and a guy like, I say like 15, 20 years old, they'll call you mister. Yep, mister. Yep.
So what was the process, Dad, once you, did you have to sit on a special bench when you joined the church, or how'd that go?
Mom told me you're 13. Tell me, my brother said, you got your own sin. She said, a mother carry your sin until you become a teenager. That's when I started getting scared. And that fall, I went to the motor bench, man. That's what you do down south. You go to the motor bench, you know, and your class leader know whether you're ready to be a leader or whatever. See, you don't just go in. See, you join church and they put you in a certain area. There's no, no background check. So down there was different them days, man. They were real people.
My name is John Jervey. I'm the pastor of Spirit and Truth Deliverance Ministries in Wilmington, Delaware. And it's a blessing to be here in fellowship with you today. We came to see our family here in South Carolina on a request of our patriarch, Brother Reuben Jervey, pushing on 100 years old now, but still living and going on through the grace of God. It was his heart's desire while he's still on this side of Jordan to come down here and take us back to his home church where him and his brothers were raised. He said where he received the gift of the precious Holy Ghost. And it's a joy to be here today.
Every time I come inside a kitchen, but this time I'm happy to be here in the service. And I feel like a millionaire now. My daughter with me, my granddaughter with me, my grandson with me, my grandson with me.
Amen.
I feel big, a big man.
Amen.
So, amen. Yeah.
Amen.
I was going to push him into something else, but I leave that and he's pushing it. Yeah, when you go to the motor bench, once you church the last week, I did it in 3 days, because you fast, and that's what they do down there. You don't eat or drink, and if you can last 3 days and don't eat or drink, then that's boosts you up, because you strictly trying to get saved, and you will. And what you see during that time, you won't see it again. And a man that ain't saved, he don't see heaven and hell. You get saved, you see hell, and I believe what I seen was natural. Yes, sir. And what makes it so nice, you get to hell first, and then I'll take it over, and it makes sense because you do wrong, that easy to do wrong. But you sanctify yourself, and then you get to heaven. And they say something, Gary, about the Golden Gate. That's it. That's heaven. See, they say heaven don't have to be large, and hell don't have to be large, but they're there. And that hell was something, man. There people run around, couldn't ever stop. Just, miserable all the time. What could a man live that long? But heaven, boy, those folks was, I ain't supposed to tell you that because you might dream it. These people sitting around and everything was beautiful, man. Everything was beautiful in heaven, boy. And I tried to see it again. In fact, I tried to see it many times, but I never could see it again. But I remember everything that I see. And that was years ago. Years ago, man. But I remember everything. And I can even remember the leaders we was following. They had all dressed in white. Yes, sir. And don't let nobody tell you they ain't heaven and hell. So this is my grandson. He's pastor. This is my son. Daughter's back there. Yeah. Got it. Good. Legs, got it. And then my granddaughter, got it. Come on. Granddaughter, I think, got it. Another granddaughter. His daughter. This way. All right. Grandson. This is my grandson.
all your family stand.
All right.
All your family stand up.
I understand, okay.
He likes his whole family to stand up.
Yeah, save me a lot. You know where I said about home? I said I was going to church. My church was a ghost. That's what I'm doing. All right. This is my baby boy. Tonight, when I got saved, and that following Saturday, I went to Moss Corner, which is here. But and I tell a guy what I want, you know, and I told him I was saved. So he just started walking away from me, find the suit, the hat, the necktie, and tell me to try them on. He told me to get out of the store.
Wow. Wow, you told him you were saved?
Yeah. He said I done the right thing, because the world needed it now. Way back, that's what I went back. I said, I'll never forget it. Yep. Supposed to be.
So you just left the store, huh?
No, he just said because that's me don't pay him.
Yeah.
Don't pay him.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, it was a nice white guy, yeah.
Oh, so he just let you walk. He didn't charge you for anything.
No, I was ready to pay him. You know, I had $10. That's back in them days. And he gave me all that. I asked him what his charge. He said, it's $6 for a doggone suit. Way back in the early 40s. And he said to get out. He was a nice old man. The CG camp at age, they let me go at age 17 because that March I'd be 18, but I went in January. And I was before my birthday. She said birthday's too close because it'd be a long time before the next in row come on, see? So they come pick me up to the house. Come to my house, told me to go up to Moss Corner the next day. And Mom get somebody, a boy to take me, a white boy, take me up to Moss Corner. And I went to CC camp, I stayed 18 months. I could have stayed long, but the war broke out then in 42, 41. I think that's 42, I believe. 41. Yeah, it was getting bad in 42. And I went to the army and stayed 18 months. And I come home because I want to do a better job, you know. And I had $70 leave saved, man. I only make $30 a month back there in the 40s, but they give you clothes, food, and lodging, you know. All you gotta do is do what you want to do with that $35. But I saved $70 because I had fun with mine, but I saved $70. Took me 18 months, but I just saved it, you know. And I went home with 70. I think I give Dad 30, I give Mom 20. I should have done that because I didn't know Dad was doing the wrong thing. But then that's when I gave up. You know, where you lived in, they give you your clothes, your food, place to stay. Well, we were sharp. You had work clothes, then you had suit. I didn't need no work clothes because I learned to drive truck in there real quick. The man gave me a truck to drive. I couldn't drive it, but I watched people drive, and all I would do is get it out of the yard with that truck. So I got it in the yard, and I learned as I go. But they went and pick up a whole truckload of boys, 15 boys, in that open truck. 15 boys, but I said, be careful here, because they don't know I can't drive. But I went and took them. And when I left, I had to go up in the sky-high tower, because what we was doing is fighting the forest fire. We were actually firemen.
Really?
The CC boys. But we were taking, what they call it lumber, but we was taking the pine tree, because once that pine tree get caught, it's gone because they shave a place about 3 foot deep to get the turpentine off. So that all you was you could take a match and put it down, it'll burn. So we had to keep the dirt away from that tree. I was surprised when I walked in that building and see Auntie them there. Couldn't believe it. I didn't know the way to. I had to prove what they cared for, you know. Yeah. South Carolina, man. I was born and raised here.
You happy to be visiting home? Happy to be visiting home?
Be back in here, South Carolina? Yeah, man. I left here in 46. How long that was? 70 years almost, huh?
Yeah.
46, January the 5th. I got off the train in Reuben. 46. Yeah. But I'm happy to be back because everything is different now because the most people my age ain't living. You know, I might be blessed. I hope I would find one of them and I go to church tomorrow, though.
You might.
Yeah, I hope.
Or somebody close. Maybe in their 80s.
Yeah.
Talk about old times.
Well, I'm telling you the truth, son. This is one of the blessings they ever had, man. I never even come back down here when my brother was living. And mom, I've driven down here a couple of times by myself, me and mom, and Keith and the oldest daughter. 90 something. But this place built up since then, though. Yeah. Everything that happened to me back when I was a boy, then I wouldn't have been who I am today. So thank God. I had to watch old people, how they walk, how they talk. And I always want to be like that old man. Always. That old man threw the back and smoke cigars and do the same thing. I fought the old man. And I learned a lot too, man. Yes, sir. Wilson, Ben, Richard, Dan, Esau, and Jake. They're all of them gone. In 44, Luis was a little boy, and he took my spot doing for mom. That's my youngest brother here. He think he the boss, but I'm the boss. Yeah.
Say something, Uncle Lou.
Say something. Say cheese. Cheese. Say, come on, let's say it together.
I know. Do it again. I know. Say cheese.
Hello. Look at it. Cheese. You got it, Gary?
Cheese. Okay.
Cheese. Gary, you got it yet? Cheese, man.
Okay, what I say?
Cheese. He ain't got it yet. And won't snap put loose there.
Pop, this is a video, Pop.
Whatever I was doing, he took over. And I think that's contributed to what you do, man. When you being good, I think we get great for that.
Got it.
Okay, let me tell you a couple stories here. One story is when them guys was growing up with each other. As you know, they were growing up in poverty, down in the South. Okay, they didn't have much money. So a lot of the kids ate out of the same plate. Well, since them two guys were twins, and my father was a runt out of the twins, my father used to tell me, that damn Reuben, every time he get finished his food first, he turns the plate around and eat my food too. But see, now we know why. Because Uncle Reuben needed a little extra strength to carry on a little bit further than my father did. And the gift that I want to give Uncle Reuben is a little enlightenment about his life. Uncle Reuben used to talk to me, Lolo. I know Keith got an earful of it about him growing an empire with his brothers. And he said he wished he could grow this empire with his brothers because Uncle Reuben was an entrepreneur. He first got up here, you know, gas station, own janitorial service. He wanted his brothers to go in with him, but they didn't. They went their own separate ways. But Uncle Reuben, what I want you to know, that empire was built, man, through you. You have medical technicians, you have musicians, you have runners, lawyers, you have all kinds of people in your empire. You know, even great chefs. Hello.
And I was lucky to raise 5 kids. Raise them nice. And I never regret a day about them kids. Never regret. They were good kids. Because I was a good dad. See, when you sow good seeds, you get good vegetable.
It brings a tear to my eyes when I know the different things he had to go through to get here. And I realized that he's impacted so many lives that God had to leave him here just this long and longer so that he could see the reward of his life, of all of the people he's helped, of all of the people he's helped bless.
I've got a wonderful family, man. So I'm in the right road. I'm happy with what I've done. I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. No. Nope. You know that. So I make little mistake like anybody else do, but I didn't make too much mistake. Because if I make a lot of mistakes, I wouldn't be here today, you know? I've been here for 70 years, so what can you expect? So I'm happy for that too. I'm happy for all my children and most of my grandchildren. So I consider myself lucky, blessed. Living next door to my grandson and his wife and baby. That's another blessing, you know. And I have no complaint, Junior. I have no complaint. Of course, I miss my wife and my son, and nothing I can do with that either.
Celebrate my dad, 90th birthday. He's my best friend and my dad.
Hey!
I really appreciate all you coming out, man. And let's celebrate.
Maybe someday I'll join them too. Yep. I have no regret. And I'm staying in this house because everybody knows we come by all the time. So you see me in the PB sometime. If I leave this house, I wouldn't last long. I know that. I know that. Change my environment, you know. So I see all my people that I know for the last 70 years, man. Thankful for that too. Got a nice family, nice, God-fearing grandchildren, and a son. So I'm happy. So I think they appreciate what I've done for them, Gary. I think so. 'Cause I do. When the need come, I done it. Don't say you done this for that one. When the need come, that's all necessary, right? All right then. When the need come, you do it. You don't pick nothing to do. And they better not tell me that what I done. I do for all of them when the need come. So, God bless me, man. I still want to do things, but I'm not able to do it.
Well, I don't expect you to now, Pop.
Yeah,
You're
I'm not able to do it, man.
Yeah, you're 90 years old, Pop. Nobody expects you to do it.
Not able to do it. Yeah, so hi, I'm great grandpa. And I wish you all grow up, be nice kids, a nice young ladies and young men, and keep the Lord in mind, huh? You got to stay with God for that. I hope you're taking it right now.
Oh, yeah.
You got to walk with God. You got to remember that there's a higher power in this world. If you get that in your mind, you can believe your daughter, Gary, you can be all right. There's a higher power that you don't see him unless you seek him. Seek ye the Lord, you shall find him. I met her at 39th and Shipler. She was working after school, and I was working for the Chevy people. And then when a guy was driving a car to test it, road test it, and he said, "Come on, Lightning." They called me Lightning because I was fast. And I saw her stand in the corner, 39th and Washington, right from Cindy. And I said, "Hey man," I said, "stop me talking to this girl." And I'm gonna talk to her. She told me she lived in Christine. I forgot all about that. And different things. And I forgot, I never thought I'd see her again, man. Because they waited on the bus to go to Christine. And doggone it, one day I walking out from 811 Lumber Street, walking to Taylor Street, and I saw her walking down between Pine and Lumber. And I look at, that's that girl I talked about. I was worried about her a whole lot because I didn't get the address or nothing. So I run back and tell my sister-in-law. I don't know why I was so backwards, but anyway, she come and she had that walk by about 3 or 4 houses down, going towards Warner Street. She one day, she said, "Hey girl." And Betty turned around, she said, "Come here, come here." Then she come back, she said, "Somebody will see you." She didn't know who he was. And at that time, I run up the second floor, my brother's house. And I stand in on, when she come in, then I walk down the step. She said, "I like to follow when you walk down the step." Because it's been about 2 weeks since I seen her first, you know. And I'm glad to see her, man. So the first night, thought I see her, she stayed over we settled the couch to normal house because I was sleeping next door. And then she went on home. She said, "I got her just the right time." So I got a bad cold about a week later. So she stayed and tried to have a room next to my brother. So I lived with the old lady too, a room with her, that was good. So when I take her home, I try to apologize because I was down home, I would apologize for that, you know. So I said, I was coming to tell you, I was sick. Why she didn't come home. She stayed from Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday evening. And I've been telling myself, I just want to let you know, because I was raised like that. He didn't say nothing. So, okay, that was good. So I went back to the car and sat down. And when Betty went in the house, our aunt, had a clothes pack. And that was right up our alley. So Dan, my brother Dan said, what? And he went and got her clothes, and we been together ever since. And I think about a month later I married her. Yep. I've been with my wife since 46, never separated. Since 46.
And I love him like I do my damn man. And I say, God bless him.
I appreciate this. Down south, where I come from, Georgia, they dug graves and they left them, they dig them ahead of time. And this particular season, they dug this grave and they left it for the funeral the next day. And when the town drunk came to the cemetery out of the little city, he fell in the grave. And he was trying to get out, and he'd slide down and jump up and slide down. And he got tired, so he sit in the corner to wait for the next day for the funeral so they could get him out. So the city lawyer came along, and he fell in the same hole. And he was trying to get out, and he'd jump up and slide back into the grave, jump up and slide back, and the drunk was watching him. So the drunk finally said, "You'll never make it." But he did. They said that on this man, he'd never make it, but he did. He raised a great family. He was a God-fearing man. That's what I like about me. He was a God-fearing man. He cared about his children. He cared about his family. He cared about his church. And I think he cared about himself.